Good evening, Matthew.
Evening, Travis. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, and how are you doing in this very late evening?
Happier than I've been. Happier than I've been. Just bear me with to get used to here a second. What subject do we want to talk about? I said to Rob before, I said when I was young, when I used to watch horror films, and I used to believe they were real, I used to get scared until later on I realised it was all, special effects and makeup and all things like that, and I didn't get scared anymore. I want to do that with the rest of my life, where it's not real. I know it's an illusion. At the present moment, I still kind of feel it's real, and I react to it, and I get affected by it. But what's that state like, Treb, where you know it's not real, and you just observe it?
Within this idea, there is still a balance of reality versus non-reality. Even though it is understood that we are in the matrices, that we have rejected our consciousness, that we have decided to come into this existence so that our soul may experience and have great growth through evolution and through enlightenment, we also have a great understanding of living in the moment. This living in the moment is a very pure excitement. It is a very great conscious idea. So we are living in this full reality, understanding the precepts or the ideas within it, and we are not trying to disconnect from the physical reality on the principle alone that non-reality or non-physical reality is how true consciousness is dictated. Otherwise, this somehow defeats the idea of coming into physical reality. This is not saying that it is not a good idea to see from the higher version or from the soul's perspective of ideas, but we are not uh, usually given the exact perception of the oversoul for this reason alone, so that we may go through these experiences, so that we may react and counteract them, if you will, so that
Yeah.
we may have these experiences to learn many ideas. To have a conscious higher mind is very great, very acceptable, very understanding. But if you are viewing it at all times for this, as
Yeah.
in your example, perhaps, to see things to be fake, so it does not cause fear. This is bypassing specific portions of your consciousness, um, much as drugs or alcohol do for many entities who are not happy. They are using this to bypass this pain.
Yeah.
As long as you are not using it to bypass having to live through existence, then it is a very useful tool. But if you are using it perhaps as a post to hide behind or to protect yourself with, then be very cautious in the way that you perceive this.
Okay, that but it's one which helps me. The only person which can't watch a film with any excitement is the director of the film, because he knows the entire story of the film. He knows that it's fake, so he can never watch it with the same enjoyment as the audience can watch it. And I always feel sorry for the director. He can make the best film in the world. Thousands and millions of people enjoy it, but he watches it and goes, "Oh yeah, I know what's going to happen in a minute. Yeah, this is when I done that. Yeah, yeah, yeah," and he doesn't get any feeling from it. So I can understand that. But when I say it's not real, that doesn't mean sometimes I know a dream's not real. I still have a laugh in it though. I still learn from it. It's just not getting caught up in it so much. So it's like standing on the beach instead of being drowning in the ocean. I'm still there, but I'm just not getting swayed and pushed around too much by the currents of the water. So it's not too bad. Um,
Yes, this is a very great way to experience this, as you are not using this as a bypass or a defectiveness, but it is very important to express the idea that many do use this. They use this as a way to remove themselves so that they do not have to feel and experience in your way of keeping perceptions at this level. This is a very great tool to use to remind yourself in the very difficult times, in
yeah,
the very disconnected times, that you do not have to be disconnected if you choose not to be.
when I say at the moment, this is my ideal reality, I don't have to work on it anymore. I just know that I'm already in it, so everything I do is my ideal reality. Doesn't matter what form or shape it takes. Where before I'd be like, oh, I've got to follow my excitement, I've got to do what I enjoy. It's like, no, that's automatic. This is my ideal reality. A lot of people aren't in their ideal reality, and that's why they have to strive to get things, and they have to get toys and trinkets and fast cars to say, yeah, look, this is a happy life. where I don't need that. I'm already in my ideal reality, and this is it. And it will change and it will evolve, but I'm already in it. That's a level of highness, because before I was looking at life like a puzzle I had to solve and I had to fix and I had to warp it into a way which it suited me. But now I don't. This is my ideal reality and it's okay and I like it. And I don't need anyone else to like it as long as I do. And that's why I said to Rob before about objective reality and subjective. I'm in subjective reality at the moment, so if someone says it's a horrible day today, I just observe them going, oh, you're not enjoying the weather? Okay. That doesn't mean it's a horrible day, though, because for me it's a nice day, so there's no such thing as horrible or good or bad. It's just subjective.
Yes! Again, this idea is very great. It allows you to be able to not communicate the idea of negativity to you when you wish to experience positivity, or
Mm.
positivity to you if you wish to experience negativity. It allows you to be within your own fractal, to experience on the own level that you choose to, and to create many layers of this.
But here's one for you, Rob. I've been thinking at the moment because I'm surrounded by people which hate me, and I say to myself, well, there is no negative beings in this reality. I can basically clean them out of it, and then I just can't perceive them anymore. I don't feel them anymore. And I can also say there's no third density beings in this reality, where I don't have to get pulled down into third anymore. Because I notice when I'm with third density beings, it's very sluggish. Reality is very sluggish when I'm in their company because they don't see it from the higher perspective. They see it from the ground, and it's like it's tiring. Is this wrong for me to take them out of my reality? Should I encompass them in it and try and work with them? Or can I just say, no, I don't need you anymore now. I'm just going to be with fourth density entities.
Yes, this is the greatest concept of making your own reality, of being a true creator at all levels, is that if this does not resonate with you, if it
Mm,
tends to bring your vibration to a level in which you do not enjoy, you are
yeah,
able to do this without offending the other consciousnesses, your higher self, or anyone for this matter. The only ones who will ever be affected or perceiving negativity is if they need you in their existence to not exist with them so that they may judge you. And this does not often happen due to the idea that you will not allow this co creation.
that's right. And also things like money does not. Hang on, let me just check now. Money exists in this reality. All right, so I'm in that level. Now let me just change it a second. Money does not exist in this reality. And as soon as I've made that change, I look at paper money and I go, what's that? It just doesn't have any energy to it. It's a piece of paper. I look at coins and go, a nice round metal coin, a metal object. Okay. Um, but this divorces me greatly from the collective. But this makes me excited because there's so many things which I don't want from the collective, and I can just say, no, thank you, don't need that. And they can shout at me and go, no, 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 that's not the real world. It's like, but there is no real world. There's no objective reality. There's only subjective. And I choose not to have money in my reality. And if you still want to have money in your reality, we can no longer cooperate.
Yes! Many of these entities who wish to exist within the collective will perceive you perhaps in a negative way, or say that this entity is not in bearings with reality, but in fact you are truly creating a reality that is much more powerful than even the collective itself. If you are able to truly remove such greatly ingrained issues, such as financial, such as the idea of must adapting to the collective, and remove yourself from this, this idea will allow you to play many levels upon your own game of life, being
Mm.
able to exist amongst multiple levels within your own consciousness as well.
But does me changing the rules of my game negatively affect anybody which I'm currently interacting with? Because there's a fear in me of wishing to allow them. What am I trying to say? I don't want to shake up their game too much, but will that happen? Will my changes affect them, or will they just? Yeah, I don't think they can they?
No, because you are using not a vibration changing technique to change the ones around you. You are changing your own reality by shifting into a parallel existence. You are literally moving from one reality to the next in every second, in every moment. So even if you are going back and forth and changing and going every other
Oh yeah.
area, this will affect no one as they are focused in the portion of reality in which they choose to focus. So they will only be able to vibrationally connect to you or match to you if they are choosing the same reality, and then this is a co-creation.
Okay, I've just got to get my power pack for my PC. Right then, I'll be too. Put that in with this thing. Oh God, we'll have to stay in here. Right then, hang on. Right, that'll do.
Yes,
Hang on. Right, is that on? Is it on?
yes.
Right, so what was my point then? Oh, so yeah, so it's like I found the remote control. It's like before the television only had one station, and I had to just watch that all the time, even though I didn't like the shows. And now I've just found the remote control, and I can go, don't like this station. I may leave it on that station if I do like it, and as soon as I don't, I'll turn over to something I like instead. And that's the worry, that someone's sitting there going, oh, but I was enjoying that show. You can't change it. But I realise you have your own television, don't you? We're not watching the same television. I can change mine, and it doesn't affect your viewing needs because you can go and watch whatever you want to watch. This is what's stumbling me at the moment. This potential of changing my reality, whether it will affect anybody else, but it feels like it will. But remind me that it won't.
Yes, I will do the greatest way that I can to help you remind yourself that many entities' belief systems only allow them to see that you must share a TV, that you must share this reality, that if you change, it will change their reality. But they do not understand that in the next room, there is another version of themselves watching a TV. It is a reality that they are not able to perceive. So even if a belief system of theirs does not allow them to want change within you. If you are both sitting watching a program that you do not wish to see, but both wish to watch, the understanding is that you are not the only two there. There are two in the room next to you, two in the next to the room to them, two in the next room to them, and all of them have their own ability to change to what they wish to. So it does not truly vibrationally affect any entity if you choose your own reality due to your greatest excitements, due to your highest passion, or due to the pain that you wish to hold on to.
When Bashar says that you experience versions of other people when you change, and he says if they aren't certain versions of them, then they'll disappear from your reality. How do they disappear? It can't be like too quick. It has to be like a gradual thing. Like perhaps they move out or they get a job and go somewhere else. It can't like be a blink of an eye disappearance.
This greatly depends on your own belief systems as well. If you
Mm.
believe that you will be in a reality with an entity who may not suddenly leave, then you will experience a gradual change in the arrangements, such as living, perhaps a quick death. Perhaps something that will allow you to have a belief system that they are removed from your reality now. But in fact, there is no true connection to them in your own reality. The version that you are seeing of them is the one that you allow yourself to with the belief systems. If you begin to embrace the belief that I am able to see entities moving out instantly, even if they are owning a house, even if they are living with you, even if they are living in the same place for their entire life, and you are able to more adopt and adapt to this belief, then you will see all entities who no longer serve your existence, who no longer vibrate in the same uh, level of vibration that you allow to have differentiating in your own reality, then they will disappear. If you are vibrating equally with another entity, and they are dropping in vibration and you are raising, they may still exist in your reality if you believe that entities with much lower vibration may exist in your reality. But once you change the belief that all entities within my own belief system, within my own reality, may only exist within similar vibrations than you, then you will start to notice all entities who cannot, within your own belief system again, or within your own perception, such as an entity who you see that is never capable of change, then these entities will be able to leave instantly.
Instantly, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yes!
Yeah, but that could change my game if they leave instantly because it could like if they just leave in a blink of an eye, then that could really loosen up the idea of reality because it will lose physicality. Then it will lose this capability of physicality, and maybe I'm keeping physicality for other people's needs. It's like agreeing on certain rules when if they're not here, I don't have to agree to them anymore, and it can become very much more like a dream. which it's already started to do.
Yes, your consciousness level in the part of the evolution of humanity as a collective, and if you are choosing to separate the collective, is very capable of doing this non-physical style of disappearance, things that tend to be against the belief system. But as long as your consciousness is integrated with the idea of certain amounts of physicality, you will not be able to experience them in such a way that would seem to be mysterious or would seem to be unbelievable to you. All
Mm-hmm.
things must be within your belief and within the amount of consciousness that is being given to humanity at this time. More and more and more consciousness is given every day. Every energetic cycle, more consciousness is being added. So this allows you to perceive more random or more mysterious ideas if you are able to embrace the idea of this. But if not, then instantly they may leave themselves or relieve themselves from your reality, but it will be within a way that you can comprehend, such
Yeah.
as the death or being removed or going to jail or going to prison, any of these ways to remove them from your own personal existence.
Well, there's the metaphor. Say I wanted to watch a Wild West film, and I liked it. It could be, you know, that dog so, bloody hell, it takes humanity thousands of years to talk to aliens, and then they get stopped by a dog.
Yes, this is very humoristic idea.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so the idea was if I watch a Wild West film, I can allow myself it to have like lots of different things in it. Because as long as it sticks onto the theme of the Wild West, I wouldn't like all of a sudden a computer to be in the Wild West film because it would just shake the idea of the Wild West film and it would just look completely different. So there's certain things I won't allow in my reality because it will shake up the theme of the enjoyment I'm having. So if I continue with physical reality, then I have to abide by certain rules because I like the physicality. As soon as I don't want to have it anymore, then I can let go of the need of things to be a gradual process instead of an instantaneous. I think I will do that later on once I can reassure myself that my changes, my unbelievable things, do not affect anybody else. I haven't got used to that yet, but I will do in the coming days. I think it's because I'm lonely. I don't like the idea where I'm just watching my own television and it's not like a shared thing. It's not like a shared thing. It's just me on my own, and but maybe I haven't got to know myself very well because I've been focused on everybody else instead of Matthew. Go on,
Yes,
yeah,
this
that's
is
it.
very often done for many humans who exist within a need to please others or a need to be connected to others. This has to do, as you very well understand, with the idea of self-perception and self-love, the ability to see yourself as worthy of having certain aspects, being worthy of not having to bend your reality around another's reality. Many entities live in this environment, but as soon as they are able to let go of the idea that what you do is changing others' existences, once they are able to let go of the idea that I must make sacrifices in order for others to be happy, then this will help release all of these things, not only in your own existence, but also within the collective consciousness.
All right, say I'm in a room with someone. Are they actually in the room with me, or is that just what is that then? Is that them? Are they locked in the room with me, or are they just somewhere else and they're projecting themselves into my reality?
This very greatly depends. It can be one or the other or both of these. It is very dependent on where they are focusing their own consciousness. All entities have consciousness of one sort or another, but when an entity is within the same room or area as you, and they are perceiving another reality, then you are only given your projected version of them. If they are focused in your reality in 100% co-creation, then the
Yeah.
experience that you are seeing is still a similar projection from you, but it is given more consciousness from them. So it does not seem to bend with your will as easily as it would as if it is a pure projection of your own, if this makes sense to you.
It doesn't. So can you use a metaphor?
Yes, let us say that there are three similar entities, and you are experiencing the first, and this entity is not focused in this reality. They are only at 10% of their existence, and as you interact with them, the more that you change, the more that you will see them change. The second entity has 50% of its consciousness in your reality. So as you change, 50% of the aspects of them will change and 50% will remain the same. But if an entity is 100% projected into your reality, the third entity, then as you experience things, as you change, they will not change whatsoever. The only idea that will change is if your beliefs allow them to stay in your reality as your vibration
Mm.
changes and theirs does not, or they will completely remove themselves from your reality as well.
Say if someone's in the reality 100% and they're negatively inclined, and I allow that, and I allow them to be there, and then I make a decision to say negative entities do not exist in this reality, do they then have no choice but to leave? They cannot stay then.
If they are a 100% projected entity, then they will not wish to be in your reality as your vibration will be
Yeah.
much higher than them and yours will not allow the co-creation. So they will leave. The 50% entity, half of them will change and then you will make another decision if this 50% change is enough to put them into a positive, and the 10%, they will stay with
Mm.
you as they will change more with you.
I see. So I will get what I want in a sense. I'll get the either the person will change into a level which I can understand, or they'll disappear.
Yes! This
Oh,
is
that's fine.
exactly the idea.
Yeah, life's quite easy. I must tell you, the way I've lived life, it hasn't been this easy before. It's been there's the television screen. There's only one channel. If you don't like it, well, there's nothing you can do about it. Just get used to it. Oh, it's painful. It's horrible. Well, that's the television channel, and that's what people say. Well, that's life. That's reality. It's like, nah, but there's other channels. I can turn over now. It's easy. There you go. It's fucking brilliant. I can do anything I want. I've been noticing today, but just because I'm in my ideal reality, it's just easy. It's a bit too easy, to be honest, Treb. There's no challenge anymore. It's just. I saying that I've probably done enough challenge anyway. It's time for me to relax. Go
If
on.
you continuously believe that it has become too easy, then
Mm,
rest assured you will find some adversities to help you along with the idea of becoming too easy. If you see
yeah.
it as happy and great and too easy is a good thing, therefore it is not too easy, it is wonderfully easy, then you will
Mm.
be able to experience this wonderful ease at all times.
I was like at the computer game. You in a computer game, if it's too easy, it's boring, and if it's far too difficult, it's crap and it's boring. It has to have a certain amount of challenge, but the challenges have to be easily and smoothly overcome so you can get to the next challenge. But if they're really difficult, then it's just you waste energy and you go, oh, no, can't be asked, and you don't want to play anymore. If it's too easy, then it's pointless playing in the first place. So I don't mind challenge. It's just that. It's just when the game's too difficult and it's frustrating, I can go, all right, well, we still want a challenge, but not something like this, not something where we're banging our head against the wall. We want to be able to climb over the wall, not try and bang our way through it. So yeah, I can handle challenges. But all the pain and all the frustration, I don't need it anymore. I know the people which believe that's reality, they'll have to go. It's like life is quite easy if you want it to be. So I think
Yes! This
that's the same
idea
for
that
me.
you are sharing is much as a video game, but it would be set for an automatic difficulty level. As
Yeah,
you change in your vibration, let us say you become tired as you are playing this video game, it will
yeah.
become easy instantly. When you become
Oh,
excited, it becomes more difficult
yeah.
to a level that is fun but not over difficult. So, all of these ideas are
That's
very
nice.
much like your vibrational changing.
I like that, yeah, because like the game is aware of me and says, all right, then if you don't want to play, here's a little game for you to play something easy, and then you get loads of energy and like, right, I want to do something really challenging now. It's like when you climb a mountain, right? I want to climb a mountain today. Now I'm going to sit off in my tent and rest for the night, and then when I wake up and I've got loads of energy, I'm going to climb the mountain again, and then I'm going to rest at night. And that the mountain doesn't go to you. Get out that tent and climb this mountain. It's like, okay, I'll wait for you. As soon as you got your energy, you can climb this challenging mountain and get to the top again. Oh, Treb, you got some good way of words. I appreciate it. Um,
Yes, and you have a very great way of perceiving the words and placing them into a level which greater helps you understand the ideas more so, but also to reiterate from the host mind, there is a great understanding that entities who listen to the words that you are speaking find great resonance with this, and this excites the host. that you are able to co-create a learning experience.
Well, I think it's because I don't know if it's an ego thing, but not. I just see you as equal. I don't understand this up and down view of other human beings or other entities or any other part of existence. It cannot have up and down in it. It's just that just doesn't make any sense. You don't look up to anybody. You don't look down to anybody. You just look across to them, and that's obvious. If you shoot your arrow too high, it misses the target. If you shoot it low, it misses the target. But I notice other people, and maybe you can tell me why. They have this admiration for other people. Rob called this sycophants, where you look up to them and you go, "Oh yeah, you're better than me. Tell me what to do. You know more than me." It's like that person can never know as much as you. They know the same amount, but they know different things, but they know exactly the same amount. I've never been like that. Maybe I haven't for a few thousand years, but how does one get out of that mind where they don't look up anymore, they look across? How can one do that?
The only way to see this is to be able to perceive and understand the equality. As you've expressed, there is different ideas of what is better or more or good. And as long as a perception will see inequality, then it gives itself the opportunity to see itself as an equal to things. So if you see something that resonates very greatly, such as an entity, as myself who is being channeled, such as an entity as the host, who is a friend, or perhaps you will see as a teacher, just by labeling this entity as a teacher, or a guru, or a channeled entity, this gives this idea more power. It gives it a level of existence that tends to be much higher. But
Mm.
when you see equality, when you learn to unlabel these ideas, to see me as an entity who is equal to you, to see myself as perhaps in the way evolved further in the line of experience, but not in worth, not in greatness, not in
Not in
overall
deserve,
entity. Yes,
not in deservement of existence as much as I deserve existence. We both deserve exactly the same. We deserve to exist, and I exist as Matthew, and you exist as Treb, and that's our equal point. Here's one for you. The colours,
yes.
the different colours have higher and lower vibrations. Is red a lower vibration than blue?
If you wish to perceive this, then yes. If you are looking at physical light, then you can
Yeah.
say that this wave is perhaps lower in energy. But to
Okay.
perceive it as lower vibrationally, this again allows you to take a perception into place on equality. This is why many entities express the lack of resonance with the idea of color coding the chakra systems or of color coding a soul's resonance level, because they see you are assigning colors to say this is bad, this is low, this is high, instead of seeing the greatness in all of this.
Well, my idea was this. I don't really firmly believe that myself, but I've heard that people say different vibrations for different colours. But if blue was the best colour because it was the highest, then everything would be blue. But I noticed it isn't. I noticed there's every single colour, and it's like again, yeah, there's one for you, Trevor, as a gentleman who likes music. That's like me saying there's the best notes on the piano. C is the best note on the piano. Well, all right, it's a note. F's another note. Play them. They're both equal, but they're different. And if you put them all together, you get songs. But you can't say C's the best note. It's oh we don't need the other notes. They're not, and it's the C. Oh no, and E's probably a little bit crapper than C, and then F's better than C. And it's like what? They're all notes on a piano. Just play them. But that's where I come from. Other people are still fixated with certain notes and think they're the best ones to play. And I play music, and I need all the notes together to make songs. So I'm blowing my own trumpet here. But that's what I feel.
Yes, this
Mm,
idea is a very great way to remove judgment, even from
mm,
small things, as you would see piano notes or guitar chords. Even to see inequality of this does
mm.
not help the soul grow in ways of releasing or growing through the heart area. Because again, even if this is seen as a minuscule judgment, it is still being seen as a judgment.
Yeah, that's right. Like my mother at the moment, she has a religious faith, and the differences with me and her are starting to get more profound because she's not in touch yet with her own God energy and her own creativity. she still thinks it's something you've got to buy from a shop. It's like, for instance, she goes to the shop and buys food instead of growing it herself. That's just a metaphor, but it's like, no, you can grow all the veg you want yourself in your own garden, which will feed you whenever you're hungry. She's like, no, I'm not good enough for that. I have to go to the shop where everyone goes, and it's the shop's better than me, and then it gives me the food if I'm a good girl, and then I get not to be hungry. And if I go in and I'm not a good person, they won't give me food. And it's a bit like that with every religion. Follow these rules, and you get your food. Don't follow the rules, and you won't get the food. And you go, you know what? I can grow my own, so never mind your religion. But my point is, we have to part now because she's not going to change, and I'm not going to. I don't know. I can't even see that reality the way she sees it. We'll have to part in the next few months or so.
Yes, the only way that you will not have to is if
Yeah,
you agree that such a difference in vibration can
yeah,
be tolerable within your own existence, as well as a
yeah,
co-creation of this, but within your own journey as well. Uh, you are taking yourself out of collective many
yeah,
times for many different ideas, and in
yeah.
this specific belief system, it will not allow you to have vibrationally separate entities, or at least separately to a great degree, to be able to exist within the confines of your reality, if you will.
Well, yeah, thanks for that, Trev, because I don't value it equally. Like I say all this, but I don't value it equally because, but when I think about it, she's praising the creativity. She's giving it a name and a story and a book, but she's basically praising all that is. She's just called it Jehovah, and other people call it Allah, but they are praising the everything. So in that way, I respect it. All I don't enjoy is when she tries to make me fit into the same shoes she's wearing, and my feet don't fit in them shoes, and it hurts. But I've just got to say, that's fine. That's nice. I appreciate it. You are basically everything you're praising it the right thing in a sense, but you by trying to get me to do it, that's where the disharmony occurs.
Yes, because your soul has seen this as a judgment, and it is also seen as perhaps an attempt to infringe upon the free will of yourself.
That's right, yeah. But it's that's impossible because that's the thing. You see, once I realise that I'm untouchable, then I can let anybody do what they want because I realise I'm untouchable to it. Again, it's like if it's not real on the television screen, put whatever show you want on. I know the monster's not going to jump out of the screen and get me, so make a scary show. It's maybe I'm not feeling strong in myself at the moment. Where if people have them ideas, I feel I'm going to get influenced by them. So I'm like, no, 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 don't listen, don't hear that instead of going, go on, tell me what you think. It won't influence me if I don't want it to, and that's something I've got to work on.
Yes, this is very difficult for many
Yeah,
humans, especially when the idea of the entity who is giving these persuasions, or perhaps you see it as giving you a judgment, you tend to find them very close to your heart.
yeah.
As you see an entity closer, this tends to affect you more greatly.
Well, it does, yeah, because she has friends which go to the same congregation. It's called, and when they come round, I'm very polite with them, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's nice that you like your faith, and what do you get out of your faith, and oh, I respect that. And then as soon as she starts to talk about it, I go, oh, shut up, I don't want to know about that, because it's like that's it. It's like the noise is next to me. It's like if I had a noisy neighbour and they played music. I hate that music. But if I went to a party and heard the same music, I'd be like, oh, that's quite nice. That. So how does one create distance when one is quite near someone?
And there are many ways to do this. There is a perceptionary, energetic separation, which allows you to push the energy. As many entities become closer, their energies try to merge. If this is what the will of both entities is, they try to become one. They try to connect in a deeper level. So the energy is consistently pushing upon each other. But as a separation occurs energetically, it is a full uh, grasp and acceptance that one's energy is one and the other is the other. But this takes many belief systems. It takes much practice. If you believe that it takes practice, it will take more practice. But it is an acceptance of your own serenity, your own ability to live as a.
Go on.
I'm trying to see this word, an entity who is a sovereign entity. A sovereign, I believe, would be the correct idea.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
Yes!
What if another one I say like physicality? Hang on, physicality exists in this reality. Hang on, let me just swap it a second. Physicality exists in this reality. Physicality does not. Oh, I can't even get into the other one. Let me just see if I can swap my mind around. Physicality exists in this reality. Physicality. All right, well, I'm sticking to it, but I can always just flip that switch and say it doesn't. Once I do that, does that then loosen a hell of a lot of the rules I'm bound by just by not being so physical anymore, not being in physicality?
Yes, this can bring many lack of restrictions to you. It can
Mm.
bring lack of resistance against you, and this will help loosen up this flow. But it must be able to be said with quite great confidence. Even if your soul does not believe what you are thinking slightly, it will not give you the full play of this existence.
Oh,
So
no.
if there is
Mm.
one slight amount of doubt, this will
Yeah, no.
slow you down, perhaps, just a small amount.
Yeah, I know, because even I can't say it. I trust myself on that. If I can't say it, I know I can't do it. So I've got to wait until the mind flips over. It's like I was saying to Rob before. If I say like positive and negative, and I go positive straight away without any resistance, then I know full well that that's the frequency I'm in. There's nothing I can do to force it. I can't shout at myself and go, no, say it louder, and that'll make a difference. So when I say physicality exists in this reality, that's where I'm in. But if I take a bit of time and do some meditation, I can actually flip it properly where I don't have to force it. And once I'm in that, I can just then enjoy myself. I don't have to worry anymore. Just like we're just gonna have a sit down. I'm gonna there we go. Oh, they brought me lighter. Oh, yes, there it is. Let me just see if I can do it, Treb. Just bear with a second. Like physicality exists in this. Come on, Matthew. This is not my ideal reality. If I can get back to it. Hang on. There we go. This is my ideal reality. Physicality does not exist in this reality. Now I'm in it, and yeah, everything looks less dense, just more colours. So fuck it. What I'm trying to share is I'm radically changing quicker than I've ever done before, and that's just going to make me life change. And I just need a little bit of help because I think the car's going too quick, and I don't know if I can drive it this well at this speed.
Yes! The idea is to remind yourself that if these changes become too radical, you again will not be able to drive this down the road at the speed that you are. So, to remind yourself of this when you begin to feel overwhelmed with changes, when you begin to feel this flipping of the switch becomes too great, instead of having a switch installed, try to install a dimmer switch where you are able to slowly change from
Oh, that's
one to the
nice.
other.
Oh, that's very nice. That. Oh yeah. Oh bloody hell, you've done your job there, haven't you, sir? That's perfect. Oh, I like that a lot. Yeah, a friend told me that a while ago. He said, you're too extreme. Everything's one or the other. Try and like blend a dimmer switch, eh, Matthew? Oh yeah, we can play with that. And I can also flip it on and off if I want, but I've always got that option of the flow in between. Oh,
Yes!
that is a great assistance, though, because I always lose out on one thing when I flip over to the other. But obviously, I want more positivity than negativity, but I don't want complete positivity because you can't see anything when you've got a torch shining in your face. You can't see anything when you haven't got a torch shining. So that's brilliant. Ask
This
me
is
if you.
the idea that we have spoke of previously that is called balance. To find this great balance in many ideals, whether it be a too much light or too much dark, there is always a balance for each entity, and this is why the creation, this is why this system in creation, and this is why the entire physical existence of our universe is set in such a beautiful way. None of us have to choose dark or light. You are able to choose whichever amount of light or whichever amount of dark you wish to experience.
Say, for instance, as another metaphor, I went up to someone, another entity, and said, right, we're going to play music together. There's your guitar, there's my guitar. I've agreed to play music with you, but I'm not in control of the songs you make, and some of them I won't like. So, what I'm trying to say is, how much I think I'm taking on a lot of other people's notes, which I wouldn't play myself, but I've agreed to listen to theirs, such as guilt, self loathing, regret, animosity. These are not notes I commonly use, but when I've agreed to play with someone else, I start playing them notes because I want to harmonize with them. But now I'm in more of a separation from them. I realise, oh yeah, that's not mine. That's yours, and I can feel it. Like no, I don't dislike myself. You dislike me. I actually love me. And if you don't love me, then you go off somewhere else and do something else. And I think there's a lot on me at the moment which isn't mine. I've got to jettison it, like a plane has to get rid of cargo so I can fly higher. I have to jettison it, and it's getting easier. I sometimes I look in the mirror and I hate myself. I'm like, why, Matthew? You never hated yourself when you were free. What happened from 3 to 30? You got other people's ideas. You started playing notes on your guitar to copy other people's songs, and it didn't work out, did it?
Yes, this is a very beautiful metaphor. There is multiple ways to experience this as well. You are going through to play in a band or as a duo with another entity. In many entities, will play the chords even if it disagrees with them. If you are walking away, you are having acceptance of difference of notes. But
Mm.
if you wish to stay there, but you are being miserable, it must be understood that you are staying in an environment and you are also judging this entity's music
And that's
because
it.
it does not agree with you or vibrate with you. You have judged this idea, but this judgment most oftenly comes from a fear that you are not playing the correct notes as well. So it is only being a vibrational mirror of one's own inadequacies or fear of not being able to present their own notes in a way.
I think I am. I've been around, like, say, for instance, I've got a friend called John, and when I'm with him, I'm a very funny person, very, like, expressive, feel very light and very learning. I want to learn everything. I'm playing with someone else, and all of a sudden, I'm not that intelligent, I'm not that funny. There's like, oh no, you can't do that with this person, so you've got to. And I'm realizing I want to play them notes all the time. I really enjoy doing that. All right, well, this person doesn't want you to play them notes. Okay, well, I don't have to stay with them anymore, though, do I? There's no loch anymore. There used to be. There used to be an agreement to say, a contract, you're going to have to play these notes even if you don't like them. Now there's like, no, don't have to. This is a subjective reality. There's no real thing. There's not like, oh, you've done something bad. It's like, no, I haven't. You've perceived me doing something bad. I haven't done anything bad. You've just seen it. And I can't see it like you because I don't feel that bad. So that's it now. It's just parting off from everybody. Not everybody, like the majority of them are just not on my wavelength. And I've I think I can be helpful to them by being who I am, so they can look at me as an example. It's like I said to Rob before, if I go in the corner and play a solo song which I enjoy, they might go, "Whoa, I didn't even know you could do that on the guitar." It's like, yeah. It's like, well, could I do that? Yeah, of course you can. You've got the same guitar as me. It's like, whoa, well, why weren't you playing it before? Because I was trying to compromise with you, and that's it. I can serve them better by not compromising with them and just being who I am.
Yes, and this is a very great way to set the example to play your own chords at all costs, regardless of the entities around you or regardless of the compromises that you would once be willing to make.
I tell you what, I do enjoy the boat. I enjoy the Illuminati. I enjoy how bad they are because it's a good wake up call when your bed's being set on fire. It's a good way to get out of bed when you look around and go, oh Christ, everything's breaking down, everything's corrupt. Okay, then I better go. So they're one of the greatest gifts I've ever known. Some people don't see it as that; they see it as a challenge. We've got to fight them. It's like, no, they've just told you that this reality is crap. So why don't you leave? Because look, it's the money systems. Oh, it's the bankers. Well, forget money. Then you don't have to worry about if there's bad people with money. Oh, there's wars everywhere. Well, stop being in a reality where you like fighting. Because wars don't just exist. There's no people on the battlefield and there's no war. We all have wars in ourselves. And yeah, that's it. I look around, I see it all breaking down, and I go, brilliant, time to go. The foundation isn't strong, the boat's sinking, now it's time to swim to a different island. I can get in there. That's the way it is.
Yes, this is a very great perception as well. Within the time that is set, there is only a few minutes left within this communication. So, if you wish to express any last ideas or any last communications, now would be the greatest time to
Okay,
do
then.
this.
Just to clarify, when I say this is my ideal reality, will it just unfold into its natural progress? I won't have to really try and wrap my hands on it and form it and control it. Will I just allow it to just be what it is, knowing that it will always harmonise with me?
Yes, as long as you are willing to take the things that you very strongly wish to do, what you would say to be your passions or excitements, and to act upon them. If you do not act upon the ideals that you wish to be behind, if you do not act on specific aspects, for instance, if you wish to be in an environment with great amounts of love, then you must act upon the loving emotion, the loving feeling. But
Okay.
if you wish to have a violent existence with war and violence, then you must act upon this violence to be able to do this.
All right, but just in that sense, acting sounds to me like I've got to push against something. But if I want to breathe, I don't even have to think about it. So if I just make the decision, this is my ideal reality, and this is what I want it to be, it's automatic then. I just do it naturally. I don't even have to think about, oh, I've got to go this place, or I've got to do this, I've got to meet this person. I'll just naturally flow to it, like I naturally breathe. I don't have to tell myself, right, breathe in now, Matthew. That's good for you. Nice oxygen. Now breathe out. Get the carbon dioxide out. Now back in again. I don't have to do that because
Yes!
that's it. So
If
it's
you
easy.
truly believe that this is your greatest existence, many entities who will try this idea live within their own reality, and they will see this is almost my greatest existence, but there is things that need to change. And when this idealism or a second guessing of the trueness of this idea comes along, then you must act to put it back into place.
Yeah. Yeah, all right, we'll leave it then. Hope to see you again another time. Thanks again for your dimmer metaphor. I will incorporate that into me thinking, and I appreciate that a great deal. That really will help me. And I love you, and I hope you have fun doing what Treb does. Matthew's going to have fun doing what he does, and I will see you again.
Yes, and I love you as well, and I appreciate all of the metaphors that you've been able to express that will help the collective be able to stay within your vibrational existence.
Oh,
And
one more thing. Hang on.
yes,
You know when I meditate and I say Treb and I tune into your frequency, am I getting any back from you?
yes, there is always specific portions of consciousness. This greatly depends on the amount of things that is being done within my own physical existence. But when you place an intent to connect to me, there will always be at least a portion of my consciousness
Yeah. All
that
right.
comes to receive you, that comes to interact with you, that comes to co-create with you.
I don't need a meal. A snack will do me, Treb. A snack will do me. That will do. I don't need the full meal, so whatever you're given, I'll take. All right then. See you later then. Let's get Rob back on
Yes!
the feet. All
Uh,
right then.
with these ideas being expressed, I wish to express my love to you as well. And I wish to express that we will see each other very soon. And I will leave you in love and light. And we will speak and connect very soon.
Thank you.
Good
Good night.
night.